Hey guys, this is Market Update. There is just no end in sight for this price action. It's going to keep going down. Everything's selling off, right? The NASDAQ, tech, banks are selling off, Visa, MasterCard selling off, everything's selling off. It's huge deflation happening. It's very clear. And the market can look forward and see the deflationary forces through AI, through crypto, right? Because you're just essentially undercutting all of the profit margins of what people expect to happen in these companies. At some point, that's going to feed through enough where authorities, right, the Fed, is going to have to essentially make money cheaper and push liquidity into markets. That is not happening anytime soon. The Fed is not moving. They're being stubborn as a mule, right? It's obviously clear to everyone in the market this is happening, but you know the Fed are always last to react. That's not going to happen next week or the week after, right? And so if that's not happening, if the Fed aren't coming out and saying, look, we actually want to support markets, everything goes lower. Everything should go lower. Everything always should go lower because prices should come down, which is abundance. But of course, the debt-based system has to pump everything up. That's not happening. So what you're seeing is deflationary forces and no stimulus. Everything's going to go down. It's going to keep going down. So I think Bitcoin goes, 200-week moving average in the 50s. You're just going to have to completely wash out Bitcoin. This pattern is insane, actually. So from the last bull market, you had this sell-off, kind of dead cat bounce, and then just this massive washout eventually. Exactly the same pattern, dead cat bouncing here. So look, terrible prices. There is no hope on the horizon, right? You've got the Iran thing, the Mexico thing. What's happening there? No one really knows. Everyone's really scared. No one wants to bid duration, which Bitcoin is. So this is just it. However, if you look at the price action here, where we are in terms of Bitcoin's trend, we are in bear market levels, right? You'll talk about the worst bear markets we've ever had, same levels. So you can see where we are versus the true market mean here, right? 2018 bear market, 2021 bear market, or 2022 bear market. We're entering similar levels right here. They were great times to buy. No one ever wants to buy here because the thing's just straight down. I get that, but look, you're buying assets, right? So dollar cost average into them. Look here again, Mayer multiple. This is Bitcoin's price versus the 200-week moving average. Again, right here, you're looking at bear market levels. I mean, you're looking at the worst bear markets and we're at similar levels to that. But we're at 60K versus the previous one, which was 20, right? So we're just moving up over time. The trend is very, very clear here, but terrible price action is a great opportunity. But of course, everyone is absolutely panicking. Everyone hates this price action. I get it, but look forward a couple of years. What do you think is going to happen here? MVRV as well. Look, you're in absolute bear market territory. The thing is with this bull market is we didn't get overbought at all. There was just too much selling, too many people saying, eventually I've got some dollar liquidity that I can get out of this thing. Too much options selling and everything on top now that TradFi came in. We just didn't get overbought this bull market. You can see that here. But we're going into this bear market right now. You can see that. So there has to be some sort of reaction from the market at some point to say that's the low in liquidity. But the Fed isn't doing anything. And it's the Fed that's going to control this, right? Because if you let these deflationary forces continue, which they clearly are, without doing anything from the Fed side, then we're going to keep going lower. So let's just wait for them. Maybe they won't do anything. Maybe they wait until wash comes in. That's a few months down the line, right? So that's why the market can look over the next few weeks and say, nothing's going to happen, so why buy here? So we just have to sit through this. It's another bear market here. Great time to buy, right? 60s, 50s, whatever. It's a great time to buy if you've got a couple of years time horizon. But the market's just saying, well, look, what's the point in trading here? There's no reason to rush in. And so obviously the price goes lower and Bitcoin's just going to wash out. The problem we have is that the market is pricing disinflation. It's worried about everything. It's worried about AI, disinflationary forces there. It's worried about job losses. It's seeing disinflation, like the real-time data. But the Fed is just looking at backwards-looking data. All of their data lags. Like, that's not good for the short term. There's no liquidity. NASDAQ and S&P have gone sideways for like 6 months. There's just no fresh money in the market. There's none. So things cannot go higher. It's as simple as that. If you start taking dollars out of the system, everything goes lower and it will just continue to go lower and it will collapse. It's the way everything works, right? You value things in dollars. If there's fewer dollars, then everything has to go down in price. So the only way everything goes up in price is if you print dollars. The only way you can print dollars is if you have disinflation, or you can print the dollars against an increase in products and services that create the disinflationary effect versus the amount of dollars that you print. But you have to print dollars, right? Otherwise everything collapses. So that's going to happen. but it isn't happening now. So everyone's worried and everyone's selling everything off. Just makes sense. But Microsoft is down 30%. Okay, so Bitcoin has to go down 50 to 60, right? Because it's just much more volatile in those companies. Look, there's the biggest gap ever between CPI from Truflation and the BLS official figures. Biggest gap ever. CPI from Truflation is 1%. PCE is way less than the government figures as well. Why is that? All the government figures are lagging. So you've got them pricing inflation. They're way too high in the rate. How the whole political thing, they're not going to change. But the market's saying, we're seeing this massive deflation. So what's going to happen, right? Interest rates are too high. There's no liquidity and there's deflationary forces coming into the market. Everything has to sell off. Both the BLS and the BEA measure rents through a severely lagging household survey. The official rent index can take up to 13 months to capture the market price fluctuations, and everything is coming way down. Now, the positive way to spin this is that over the next year, what you're going to have is all of the nonsense lagging data from the government still disinflating, which means they can get way easier in their policy, which can support liquidity and markets to go higher. So that's the positive way to look at this. Look, markets always go higher in the long term, always, eventually, because dollars always have to be debased because debt exists. And if you don't print more dollars, you literally can't pay the debt and everything collapses. We've been through this many, many times, right? 1929, etc. We know it's coming. It's just not right now. Everything's bearish. Everything has to sell off. Everything has to collapse. And then, oh, wait, guess what? They're going to start making things easier again. So that's it. You just have to stay in assets, especially the strong ones. The other thing here is that there's no fresh cash in the market, right? Everything's gone sideways. S&P, Nasdaq have gone sideways for 6 months. There's no fresh cash. But you've got the biggest IPOs in human history coming to market in AI, right? SpaceX, OpenAI, Anthropic. Where do you get the cash from? You have to sell other tech to fund this. If your manager, investment manager is calling you up, or your banker's ringing you and saying, look, you've got 3 IPOs coming to market. These are huge IPOs, right? Do you want an allocation? Yes. Where's the cash going to come from? You have to sell other tech. Right, you have to sell all the other tech that you've held because you have to index these. These are coming to market. You've got $600 billion worth of cash that has to go into those. You sell other tech to fund it. We're in this negative phase. I don't know if it's political or cultural or something, but everyone's bearish and negative about everything, right? And I just reject it. It's a disgusting emotion. Live with hope, live with positivity, right? Bitcoin is a digital asset and it can price in abundance in goods and services. Technology and AI are clearly going to create an abundance of goods and services, right? So that's good. It's actually good news. Everyone's negative on AI, especially in the West. Like the overwhelming kind of prevalence here is like of negativity, like profit margins are going to collapse and no one's going to have a job. There's no positivity about this, which is strange because the tech boom in the 2000s, everyone was massively positive about it. You got this massive blow off top, right? But in this era, everyone's scared and negative, like Nasdaq went up a little bit and they said it's an AI bubble and then everything's collapsed again because everyone's just so scared of this productivity boom, which is weird. It's a cultural thing. But I reject that. I live with hope. Bitcoin is a digital asset that can price in abundance in goods and services. And we know that dollars that we price it in are going to inflate themselves because there's no other option. If you want to buy Bitcoin or anything else that you're positive in, right, over time they will go up in value because dollars debase and products and services debase. Which means if you have a fixed currency, you can price all that in over the long term. Buying the price anywhere near its long-term trend is fantastic news for an investor. And I'm going to keep buying this asset. It's a great asset. It's a great money to have. If you trade Bitcoin and crypto, check out the Bybit deposit bonus down below. You can get $30,000 as a deposit bonus via that link. I'm James from ZG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.